right now. Okay, even if you're not new, then this is something that, I don't know, sometimes it's just good to go back and be like, okay, I had all this fire in the beginning and I did this and I did that, and I think that'll help me, you know, get back into that. So if you're not new, we want everybody on Zooms every time, either way, because it's always going to help you. I mean, I get on and listen to Jay Hooper's brand new in the first 30 days Zooms all the time, and I've been in this for 4 years. So I'm glad you're here either way. If you are new, I kind of want to know if we do have any new people here. Do we have anybody that's like less than 30 days? Not yet?
I have my new girl Dana about to be on any second. I'm super excited about her. She just joined tonight.
Awesome. Who is this? Jennifer?
Yeah, it's me. Sorry. I don't know really how to work this thing very good.
No, okay. It highlights you when you talk. I couldn't see you for a second. So we'll wait another minute if there's people coming on, because sometimes 9:30 is 9:40. Hello. Anyway, so I'll kind of explain to you guys what we're doing though. We're having, so every Wednesday night we'll have a Zoom. Tonight is obviously like first 30 days, and then next week we're going to do one that's like race to Ruby, and then I forget what the other ones are. Excuse me, because I don't have them right in front of me. But we'll also do one with testimonies, where you can hear testimonies on our team that did really well, and you know how they're successful quickly and things like that. Did someone just talk? Okay. Anyway, but tonight we're doing for new speakers, but I want you to know, I want you to stay on either way towards the end, because I'm going to talk about some things that will help you go diamond in 30 days. So what we'll do at the end, I'll kind of say, okay, if you're new, you may want to hop off. And if you are going for diamond, then I want you to really listen to this part. That way that new people don't freak out by looking at the diamond chart. And then also, because we have so many people going for that $5,000 bonus this month, I don't want to discount that and not go over that now, because it's the 3rd. And as of right this second, you guys have all month long to focus on this. Within like 2 weeks, we would have 2 weeks. So I really wanted to make sure we talk about that tonight and go over it. Yes.
You might want to mute, because especially since you're recording, there's a lot of background noise that.
All right, I'm going to go mute everybody right now.
Because a lot of people don't know how to mute themselves.
Okay. All right, you're all muted. Woohoo! That's way better. Thank you for reminding me to do that. Okay, so if you have a question, or you want, if you really have something right then and you want to interrupt, just unmute yourself and say, can I ask you a question? Or if you can't figure out how to unmute yourself, like start waving at me, and somebody will try to unmute you or help you or whatever. There is a chat, if you've never been on this, at the bottom that you can click, and it looks like Nicole said, can you guys please mute yourself? You're really loud. So there's a chat there. If you have questions, you can also ask on there. But anyway, so let's get started. We've got 22 people. I can't tell who is who or whatever. So, and I also, if you're a leader on here, if you've promoted ever, then towards the end of this part, I just want to have you guys hop on and give everybody a couple of tips, because the best thing I can do is just kind of direct you, if you're new, on how to make money really quickly. But when you hear these tips from other people that have been there and done that from just more than one person, it's really helpful. So we're going to just get started. Okay, so this basically is getting started in the business, first 30 days. We want you to be successful right off the bat, and we can tell you exactly what to do to get you to make that happen. Just to kind of explain our business, what we do is we are a word of mouth business. We don't advertise on the television. We don't have radio advertisements. We don't pay celebrities. So our company makes it so that we are basically the ones to advertise word of mouth, and they're going to pay you to do that. So I've had a lot of my people explain it like a promo girl. Like you are, pretend you are a girl for Nike, and you're supposed to tell everybody about Nike, and Nike paid you. That's how this business works. It is network marketing, just like other network marketing companies. Ours is a lot different, just because you can make a lot of money really quickly with this business. But I just want to kind of explain that. So you have to remember that in this business, you're going to want to talk to as many people as you can about this business. It's not complicated. It's not salesy. It's just being passionate about stuff that you really like and that you love. So remember that mostly what this is talking to other people. There's two ways you can grow your business. You can grow your business on Facebook, Instagram, media, social media, or you can do wrap parties. But honestly, the best way to do this is kind of a combination of both. I know very few people who just do wrap parties or just do Facebook and they don't do the other to be successful. Most people do both in some way to make a lot of money in this business. So I would try to do both to be successful. There are people that are very successful just doing Facebook and Instagram. It just takes a lot more messaging and a lot more of you being more outgoing on social media because you're not outgoing in person. So I hope that makes sense. So you just kind of got to choose how you want to work this business, and however you choose is fine. There is no wrong or right way to do this. We've had people come up and do something really odd and strange, and we're all looking, but they end up successful, and it's because they found their own way. What I can tell you is that a lot of people come before you to be successful, and what we want to do, success always leaves clues. So we just want to give you all the clues, everything, the roadmap basically for you to be successful. So whether it's Facebook, parties, a combination, that's something you have to make the decision. Okay, so the bottom line is that you're here to make money, and we want you to make money because, I mean, even if you're in this to make friends and for social things, everybody wants to make some side money. And that's usually why people get into this business to begin with. So that's what we want to do. Now we're going to give you 3 tools that you can use right off the bat just to be successful. So the main thing right now is I don't want you to focus on what you don't know and not knowing details. The best thing you want to do really is to try to get the wrap on every single person you know. I think that when you're new, it's really hard to go because you're afraid, like, oh, I don't know anything about the Fat Fighters, or I don't know exactly what this wrap is or what it does, and I don't know this or I don't know that. But sometimes we have people get in this business and they go crazy just wrapping people and saying, I have no idea how it works, but it works and it's awesome and I love it. Let me wrap you. And we call it ignorance on fire. Not ignorance because it's not ignorance, but I forget what we say, but it's on fire, right? You don't know what you're doing, but you're on fire and you're going, and people don't care and they're signing up because you're excited. So don't feel like you have to know every single detail to start this business. I know that there's some people in here that have been in this business for weeks and weeks or months and months and still feel like they don't know everything. So I tell you what, get excited and just start going. And if you don't know the answer to something, just say you don't know. It's no big deal. So that's the first thing I want you to remember. Okay, one thing about the wrap is I want you to remember is the wrap is gold. That is our golden ticket. That is what we make the most money off of. That is our flagship product. Other people have protein shakes. Other people have things that we have. I mean, some people do. But our flagship product, our big thing is the wrap. So remember how it's just gold. Just remember that it's gold. You need to have confidence in this wrap. It works. We're a $1 billion business because it works. If it didn't work, none of us would be here. I would be broke. You would be broke. Nobody would be moving up in the company because it didn't work. So I want you to have some confidence in it. Even if you haven't tried it, I've had a lot of people that signed up and sold millions of wraps and moved up in the company before they ever even tried a wrap because they were seeing it work on other people. So you just have to have the confidence in the product, first of all, just to be successful anyways. Okay, but it's a plant-based infused wrap. We have a whole video, and I won't go into products because we have a whole video on how the wrap works, kind of the science behind it, even though we're not really supposed to technically talk about it. As distributors, we want to know. So it talks about that. It talks about all the different products. You can actually... we'll bump up that YouTube video and on the team page so that you can go through that if you want to know more about things. But basically that wrap is going to make you look better. It's going to tighten, tone, and firm your skin in 45 minutes. And that's what it does at parties. We're able to do parties and make money quickly off of people that see it work. One thing is you definitely want to try it on yourself if you're new, because once you see it work on yourself and you take before and after pictures, you will be sold on it and you will be excited and you'll have that excitement. So Okay, so the main thing is we want you to get this wrap on as many people as possible. Our company says blitz, wrap, repeat. Blitz, wrap, repeat. Because when you're wrapping other people, it gets you excited, it gets them excited, they sign up as customers, you make money, everybody's happy. So it's just a very exciting thing. You want to get it on as many people as you can. Okay, you will get 4 wraps in your kit. If you're brand new, then if you're not, you know this, but you get 4 wraps in your kit. You can sell all those for $25 a piece and make $100. Okay, that is exactly where you first started. That's cash in your pocket. Now, if you're not new and you're purchasing wraps, you can do that every month if you talk about the product. So many people say, well, I have wraps sitting here. And I said, well, you're not talking about the product, or you're not asking people if you can wrap them. And so try to make sure that you are doing that, because that will continue to keep you getting parties and having customers and everything and selling those wraps. So, okay. There's a few terms that you want to know, or a few different ways that we make money. The first way is we get loyal customers, and they actually get our price as a distributor. It's 40% off. But you make commissions off those customers. So that's the first way you make money. The second way is wrap cash. So for example, if I buy a box of wraps for $59, I've got 4 in there. I can sell all 4 for $25 a piece. That's $100. I've made money, right? So that's called wrap cash. A lot of people walk out of parties with hundreds and hundreds of dollars in wrap cash. That is awesome. It is cash in your pocket. It's pretty awesome for taxes. It's awesome. So wrap cash is amazing. The third way we make money is bonuses. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, but like for every distributor you sign up, you get a bonus on that. It ends up being hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month if you can sign up some people. And so it's not as hard as you think. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Okay, so our goal is we want to help you reach your goals. So think about right now what your goals are in this business. Like I said, even if you've been in for a while, we want to know what your goals are. Your goals to make $200 the first month, or your goals to make a $500 or to get the $500 bonus. What are your goals? If you don't have a goal, it's really hard to get there and really hard to get it. I posted something on the team page the other day about writing down your goal and seeing it and speaking it. And it makes such a huge difference. It just puts something out there in the world, claiming it for yourself. Even if it's $200, do it. Tell the world you're going to make money on this and talk about it, because it just puts the good vibes out there. And I'm a God person. I don't really believe in like vibes or, weird things, but it does have some kind of vibe on there. It works. It really does. So tell us what your goals are. Okay. The main thing that we do as distributors is we share before and after pictures. Now, you're not always going to have your own before and after pictures. You're just not. Me at first, I had one picture, and it was my before and after of my wrap. And then 12 hours later, it was an awesome picture. And I show it all the time. But not everybody wants to wrap their tummy. So I did show some legs and things that were not me. And so that you're not going to have your own pictures of every single product right away. And still 4 years later, I don't have every single before and after, but you just want to have something of your own. But that's the main thing we do as distributors, is we do share pictures. That's the biggest thing that we do. Okay. So first, exactly what do we do to be successful? Okay. So the first thing I want you to remember is, I don't want to get out of line here, so I'm just going to grab this. Okay. The first thing you want to do every single month is you want to print out the steps to success. Okay, this is so important. I've been in this business for 4 years, and I still print this out on August 1st or the first of the month every single month and stick this thing on my wall, and I fill it out. What's awesome about this is that you know that as a brand new distributor, you have the same goals as a presidential diamond. And you have the same goals every month as the diamonds in your business. Everybody has the same goals, is to fill out the steps to success. So we're going to go over this really quickly and tell you what it is. Okay, the first thing is, yes, thank you. She's holding it up really. The first goal is to sign up. So if you signed up, hooray, you've done your first step to success is to sign up in this business. It is amazing. You signed up and paid your $99, right? Okay. The second step is to get 4 customers every single month, okay? Step number 2, and Natasha's also holding it up. This is to get 4 new customers every single month. Guys, we're not asking you to get hundreds of customers. We're not asking you to go get 10. No, 4. 4 customers every single month. You can totally do that. There has been times where I've gotten twice that many. There's been times where I got 2, but my goal is always 4 every single month, 4. So you can do 4. If you're working this business at all, you'll probably get very close to that, if not over that, every single month, okay? And in a minute, I'm going to show you why you do all this, okay? So second step is 4 customers. Thank you, Natasha, for holding that up. If you want to see it closely, you can look at hers. Just a line. All this is where you write in your customer's name every time you get one, okay? It's really important, and we teach this to our diamonds, even on diamond Zooms. We talk about the steps to success, okay? It seems simple. You just have to do it. Okay, so that's the second step. Third step is you want to find 3 people that want to do this with you. Here's the deal. Finding 3 people to do this with you, okay? You got in this business for a reason. You probably got in this business because you want to make extra money, or you want to work from home, or you want to pay off debt. Let me tell you, there are 7 billion people in the world, and so many people have the same desire as you. But they don't know about this business, and they don't know that it's even possible. So when you're sharing about this business, there are so many people out there that want this just as bad as you do, and they may just not even know about it yet. So finding 3 people to do this business is not as hard as you think. You have to get it out of your mind that that it's hard, because it's really not. There's been times where we've gotten 10 distributors a month. There's been times where we just got 1. But our goal is always 3 distributors every single month. Just remember that there are people that want to pay off debt. Who in the world does not want to make an extra $200 a month? There's nobody. Everybody wants to make a couple $100s a month, right? Of course. So it's not as hard as you think to find distributors in this business. Okay, so this is the steps to success. You can actually print this from your eSuite. You just log in, you go to documents at the top, and you find steps to success. Make sure you print it out in English, because I've done that before. I printed it out in French, and I was like, what in the world does it say? But print it out in English, stick it on your wall, and focus on filling that out every month, right? Okay, pretty simple. Okay, steps to success. This is, now your question probably is, how is this going to get me anywhere? Okay, when you're looking at this, you kind of feel like, okay, well, I'm getting these things, now what? Now how do I move up the ranks, and how do I do this and that? The main thing about this is your instructions, okay? This is your instructions on how to do this business. And I'm gonna now show you your roadmap. This is a Ruby chart. This is your roadmap. Steps to success is your instructions, and this is your roadmap on what to do and how it gets you the most money. Okay, here's the deal. I want you to print out a Ruby chart. If you're not Ruby yet, and you're on this Zoom, you need to print out a Ruby chart, write your name at the top. We're gonna make a fast track plan to make you $500 a month. And that's what everybody here wants, whether you've been in for a while and you haven't hit Ruby or whatever. This is your fast track plan right here, okay? Okay, hold on, get my notes. Okay, so when you look at one of these charts, these boxes, there are distributors in your business, okay? Right, this little circle is you, and those boxes are distributors, okay? Now, when you fill out your steps to success, you're getting 4 customers and you're finding 3 distributors, okay? That fills out most of this right here, just what you can do in your first month, okay? So that's what a Ruby chart is, and then after that, we continue to go on through it, and we can help you further, and that'll be more about what we talk about next week. But we want to help 3 people do the steps to success as well. So here we go with the steps to success again. When you get a distributor, you're going to put them on your little chart, and you're going to say, okay, here is our guide. And our goal is to get 4 customers and 3 distributors this month. And your distributor is going to print this out, and that's what they're going to go for. Now, if you sign up 3 distributors and they all do this, then you're going to be hitting diamond and emerald and all these things really, really quickly. The trick is finding people that will do it for you and will run with you. And we'll talk about that later. But so that's how you get off to a pretty quick start with this business. And that kind of is a rundown with what you're doing and basically just the steps to success and going over all of that. Okay. One more thing I want you to do is there is something called, and I could not find the 100s list in our eSuite for some odd reason, but here's the memory jogger. Okay, what this is we want you to make a hundreds list. And what that means is, and if you can't find it in your eSuite, it's no big deal. Just get a notebook and start writing down as many names as you can of people that you know. I'm talking about everybody, mom, sister, cousins, bankers, doctors, someone you knew in college, someone you knew in college's sister, every single person that you can think of. And if you kind of get stumped before you get to 100, print this memory jogger out and it will help you think of as many people as possible. What this does is this helps you think of as many people that you can message. And we're going to message all of these people. Now, don't be scared, because we help you do this in a way that doesn't come off salesy, it doesn't come off desperate, and it comes off very excited and you wanting them to be a part of what you're fixing to do, because you're fixing to blow this up and you're fixing to make a lot of money, right? So we want them to be as excited as you. So we're able to help you with wording so that you don't feel funny. So don't freak out when you see this. We want you to write down as many names as possible. So that's another thing that you need to start doing. One thing I want you to remember about this is when you're writing down your banker, your doctor, I mean, everybody, it is not your job to decide for them whether they want this business. I know that a lot of people, they start doing this 100s list and they're like, oh, Aunt Sissy, well, she is a personal trainer and I think she'll just be totally negative about this because she's a negative person. Don't decide for them. Just don't do it. Your job is not to decide for them whether they need this or not. Your job is to share. So keep that in mind, because I promise you, I cannot tell you how many people that I finally got the guts to message because I really decided for them that they didn't need this or they didn't want it or whatever. I messaged them and they were like my biggest purchasers. Like they bought $500 worth of stuff, or they signed up like 5 people. Okay, so don't decide for people. It just will kill your business because it's really easy to put that self-doubt in yourself. So hundreds list, you're making your list. Let's see. Okay, your job is to plant seeds, not to decide for them. I said that. Okay, fill out 100s list, contact every single one. So we're going to contact every single one of these people and tell them about the products and joining you as a distributor. And what comes next is messaging and wording. And that's all stuff that you can find on our Facebook page. And if you can't find it, there is a search bar at the top. But if you can't find it, ask us. Post on there and say, I can't find what I need, or somebody messaged me this and I don't know what to say. That is what our team page is for. And I tell you what, it's so much better to have people that have been doing this for a while to be able to respond for you on the team page, and you can kind of take that and use it, because it's after you've been in the business for a while, you kind of know what to say that gets people to sign up. So we're here for that reason. We want to help you with every single person. So, okay, so you got your memory jogger. What is next? Let's see. You're going to contact your 100s list, basically saying, hey girl, have you ever heard of this? We've got these awesome products and I'm on fire with this. I'd really love to have you do this with me. Being super excited. I can tell you the number one thing right now, that if you are, I don't want to say boring because no one's boring. It's if you are messaging people like, hey, I just started this business and we have these products and they're this price. Nobody's going to buy from you. It is really sad when you see people do that because they're just scared. What I want you to do is get such a fire in your belly that when you message people, they can feel the excitement in your message. When you do that, you will attract, it's called attraction marketing. You will attract so many people. You will attract customers. You will attract distributors. You will attract so many people. So keep that in mind, because you're really doing yourself a disservice when you're just halfway doing something. You know what? Nobody wakes up excited every morning. I have to watch YouTube videos of Jade Hooper and several other leaders out there. They have videos that are exciting and keep me pumped up. And I watch those videos before I message people. And I tell you what, it changes the whole tone. And it changes the results that I get. So remember that. You have to be excited. Okay. I got off track there. Okay, second thing is follow up every 2 weeks. Okay, so what I want you to do is get a notebook or some kind, it doesn't have to be fancy, like a yellow, 99-cent yellow legal pad is fine. And what you're going to go and contact all your 100s list, and you're going to contact them, and they may not even respond to you, but you're going to follow up with them every 2 weeks. This is so important. Guys, I've had people join 3 years later because I followed up with them every 2 weeks. 3 years later, okay? So I'm not an organized person, so this is really hard for me. Like, I could fumble through Facebook right now and find people that I have not put on my yellow pad, and it's affected my business at times. So you really have to keep that little pad going of who you contact every couple of weeks, okay? This will keep you going. You will have the same notebook and pad in 3 years. You'll have the same one, and people will, you highlighted, you're going to highlight when people buy something or when they sign up. And then, you're still going to have it because there's always people that don't, and you're going to follow up with them. Suzanne, she's on here. I'll let her talk about this later, but there's some kind of statistic that it takes like 7 to 9 times before you, is that right? You're muted, sorry. You're muted, we can't hear you. I don't know. Okay. Well, it's like 7 to 9 times before you contact somebody before they say yes. So you're going to have people that say yes to you the first time or the second time, maybe the third time, but most people, it's going to take you 7 to 9 times of messaging them. Now, it sounds like a lot, but you're always going to end it with, hey, I know you're not ready right now, but do you mind if I contact you in a couple of weeks or a month or so? And they're always like, sure, no problem, because it keeps the pressure off. So most people are going to be really nice about that. So don't freak out about it. But it takes a lot of follow-ups. Yes.
That statistic was that it's 80% of the time it's 5 to 12 contacts before the sale is made. I guess after 5 to 12 contacts, 80% are sold. So that's what it was. I just looked at it because we took a picture at conference or whatever that meeting.
Yeah, that's right. They just talked about it at our meeting if you were here in Oklahoma City. Thank you. So 5 to 12 times. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking I have not contacted the majority of my people 5 to 12 times. I have not. No way. So it keeps you going, knowing that there's a statistic out there that, you know what, and it's not anything against you. People are busy. People are busy, and it is your job to stay on top of it. They're not in charge of these products. We are, right? Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. The next thing I want, so you're going to launch your business in this way. You're going to follow up every couple of weeks with your notes. Okay. The main thing that you want to remember is we want to launch your business with a wrap party. Guys, wrap parties are not hard. I think people really overcomplicate them. And a lot of us that have been in business a long time didn't even have the easy that you have now. There's this, I don't have it with me, but we have a little party pad, and it's just a little tiny book, and you flip through it, and there's even notes, guys. You can print the notes and paste it on the back of the party pad and read it as you go, and that's what your party is. You do not have to go into details about flat fighters. You do not have to go into details about anything. When you have a party, you just need to go through that party pad, because you know what? This business, the people that created that party pad, they're smart. They're really smart. They know that they're a $1 billion business because they've kept it simple. So the worst thing that we can do is overcomplicate it anyways. So really just print your notes off, stick it on the party pad that you got in your kit for free, and try a wrap party. Invite a few friends over and say, this is my test wrap party. I'm trying this out. I've never done this before, and I'd really love you to come let me practice on you, okay? So have a wrap party. Now, you can put a wrap on people at the party. They'll sign up as your customers right on the spot. You'll sell wraps. You'll get wrap cash. You can get your first four loyal customers right at that party, and we really want you to schedule your wrap party within the first 2 weeks of signing up. Really, the first 7 days would be amazing, but the first couple of weeks is probably more like it. I tell you what about wrap parties. I had 4. The first couple, nobody showed up to. After that, I'm thinking, what if I would have quit? Okay, you have to keep having them. The other 2 wrap parties were amazing. We had great people, a lot of people there. It was fun. So I'm just thinking, if I would have quit the first couple times when not very many people showed up or no people, where would I be right now? I wouldn't be anywhere. So I know there's a lot of people probably on here that aren't new, but you've been struggling. Then maybe you had one wrap party and you didn't have a great turnout, or you had a wrap party and maybe a couple people came and you got something, but you haven't done anything else. Have a relaunch if you're not new. Have a relaunch. It is time to relaunch your business and your excitement for this business. People love that. People love to see other people excited. So relaunch, make it big, and have a party. If you're in Oklahoma City or you have an upline around you, your upline will probably come help you do your party for you if they can. It's always okay to ask. If you don't, then you have that party pad, and I promise you guys, if you're out of state and you don't have upline, you can do a party by yourself. Rochelle's not on here because they have an online party tonight on Facebook, but Rochelle I'm in Oklahoma. She's in Oregon. I wasn't able to go to Oregon to launch her. I wasn't able to do that. I didn't even have the money at the time. There was no way. She took that party pad, she watched some videos, and she said, I'm just doing it. She did it. She did it. She's a triple diamond now. Okay, that's what, $10,000 a month? Because she took the initiative to do a party. So remember that. You don't have to be an expert or anything like that. Okay, let's see. Mental floss. Okay, I like that term. Mental floss. Every person in the world needs extra income. Okay, every person. So when you're doing your wrap party and you're selling products, always talk to them about being a distributor. Even if they're signing up to buy $500 worth of stuff as a customer, talk to them about becoming a distributor, okay? I'm almost done, and then we're gonna take some ideas. Let's see, I think we're done. Okay, so that's pretty much it. In your first 30 days, you really just have to be excited, posting on Facebook, messaging people about your business, your 100s list. You need to message every single one of them. And I'm telling you what, when you look at your 100s list, and I'm actually fixing to go back to my 100s list this month because I've got some diamonds to bust. We've got $5,000 bonus. I've known people to go from distributor to diamond in 30 days. You can do it. And there's so many of even people on here that are like 2 distributors from diamond anyways. And I'm like, oh, you're getting it. But the point is that you have to go back to that 100s list. And remember that all those people, you just have to message them. And don't rely on Facebook. Facebook messages, it's really easy to ignore people on Facebook and be like, oh, I saw your message and now I'm going to mark that it's not been read or whatever, you know how people are, because it's Facebook. So try to text, try to email, try to call people. When you get on the phone with people and they can hear your excitement, that is going to make all the difference in your business. So try to step away from Messenger. If you don't have someone's phone number, ask them for it in Messenger before you start texting or messaging them about your works, because you're going to need that, and it's just so much more personable. Okay, so try to step away from Messenger. That's going to help a lot. And that's pretty much all I have. I think your first 30 days, if you're just excited and you do all of those things, you can easily hit Ruby in your first 30 days, easily. But okay, we've got some leaders on here, and I want to ask if anybody wants to volunteer, maybe your top 1 or 2 tips for brand new people.
I'll go first, Mandy.
Okay.
Okay. It's not necessarily, I don't know that it's a tip of something to do, but it is rather a tip of something, how not to get discouraged, I guess. I know when I first started messaging people, and you send the same message over and over and over and over and over, and then you're sending it to one person a couple times. So I found myself getting like really self-conscious, thinking, oh my God, these people are going to think I'm bugging them because I'm sending the same message. And we have to get it in our brains that we're sending the same message, but we're sending it to several people. And so I think that for me was hard, because I was like, oh my gosh, I've sent this message 20 times. But you know what? Those 20 people don't know that I sent it 19 other times. Does that make sense? So I think for me, that was like one of those mental blocks I had to get over. I also today was, okay, so last week you posted the video for the hundreds list, and and the girl talked to, I can't remember her name, but anyway, she made the chart and she had like the 5 times that you're going to follow up. So you made a chart with your name or their name, when you first contacted them or met them, how you met them, and then all the 5 times that you're going to contact them through the month. So I made my little spreadsheet because, I like spreadsheets. So I was cool with that. So I made that. But then today I was going through school supplies, and I found this really cool thing that I'm going to show y'all. So I don't know how to turn my phone around. Okay. I used coupon. So I have these cool things. So let me see if we can see. Okay. You see how like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 rows of 5. Can you see that? Okay. So I just cut little papers to put in it. And I'm a teacher's assistant, special ed. So we have these books for our kids, and they use dry erase marker. They mark right off, but they'll stay on there. If you leave them on there, don't write them off. So for me tomorrow is I'm going to go in and write the name. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to write the name, and then I can write directly on, I can put their name on the paper, but I can use the dry erase marker to say how many times I followed up with them that month. And then if they sign up, I can just take them out and move them to the back. So they're not in my way. So I've got my list right in front of me. For me, that I was like, it was like an aha moment when I was going through school supplies today. I was like, I've got this little thing. So, I have ones for baseball cards and different ones. This one just worked for me. There was 10 on a page, easy to do. And I thought that's a great way. That's 10 a page. So having 10 pages, that's 100 names. And you can see them and flip through them really quickly and just mark really easily what they wanted. Because, I don't know, those little bitty squares are just too hard for me when they're like, I write too messy. So anyways, that was just an idea today. I'm going to try that. Awesome. Tomorrow I'm doing nothing but working on It Works. My husband told me not allowed to do any housework or yard work or anything because that's all I've done all week.
Awesome. That's a good tip. I think any way that you can stay organized is awesome. And sometimes you have to just tweak it to make it work for you.
Right.
Good job.
But my advice is just don't get discouraged sending the same message over and over and over, because that person's only heard it one time, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then you've got 100 people going to hear the different messages. I know I've talked about that before. And to me, that's just something your brain has to get over.
Yeah. It's funny how much of this is a mental game with your
exactly
brain. Just getting over yourself mentally to be able to message people and to know what to say. And
right.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Okay. So anyways, that's my advice.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Who else has a tip or two for new people?
Mandy. Hey, Mandy, it's Christina.
Oh, okay. Suzanne, you'll go. Sorry. Okay. Are you there?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We're out driving around. Sorry. I was green a minute ago. It was funny. we were under a parking light, but whatever. My advice would just simply be, just keep up the consistency with what you're doing. Make sure that if you're going to use social media, that you're posting every day, you're posting multiple times a day so that you'll hit each and every target market, because there's different groups that you'll hit, different markets that you'll hit at different times of the day. So that's why they make you be consistent. And, that's why they have you post more than one time on Facebook or Instagram a day, so that your posts will stay up and current in the feeds and, and stuff like that. The algorithms will get you, if you're not going to stay consistent, if you're not going to post more than once, you're not going to get seen. So my advice is just stay consistent, post every day, post multiple times a day, try not to be spammy, try to be enthusiastic in your posts, try to be real. You can't really be believable if you're not using the products, if you're not seeing results. I think one of the biggest things that I took away from the girl who did the 28 days to double diamond, which is incredible. I think that's awesome. I learned a lot from her video tonight. What I liked is how she loves to do little teasers and stuff on when she would message, or when she would post on Facebook or Instagram. She wouldn't just post her before and afters outright. She would make them kind of want it, and then she wouldn't post it on Facebook. She would private message people, but she would tease them and say, "Hey, I'm so excited. I've been rapping. Are you guys anxious to see my results? Or comment, and I'll message you, and I'll show you my results, blah, blah, blah." she would get like likes and comments like crazy because it was baiting them. It was pulling them in. It was drawing them in to make them want it, you know.
Driving
So
them crazy.
huh?
It was driving them crazy. They wanted to see it.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, oh my God, we want to see, because she was so hyping it up. And that's what we have to do. I mean, I'm getting awesome results myself. And I'm like, you know what? I've just been putting my stuff out there. I need to make them want it. I need to make them want to see my results because I'm excited. They're super awesome. So from now on, I'm going to start doing that. I think it was really a great tip. And I think if you'll start out that way, like she did, you can grow exponentially, you know, in a very short time. So I think that was a great takeaway too. And that's a great thing to maybe start out that way, you know, draw your customers in, ask them questions. Don't just give them all the information up front, you know, and never let them just say, well, just let me know, you know, always say, well, are you ready to become a loyal customer? Or are you ready to join this business? You know, always finish with a question that's going to get the result that you want, which is an answer, a yes, you know, or not right now, but it's not a no. So I think that was really awesome. But consistency is so important. And don't all, you know, I would say another tip is don't get upset if you're not getting a ton of likes or a ton of comments right away, because people are watching, they're always looking, they're going to private message you because they're going to keep seeing and they're watching your progress, and they'll message you. But just because you don't get a like or a comment does not mean that your posts are not effective and that they're not reaching people. So just keep that in mind and stay positive and stay at it. That's the biggest tips.
That's awesome. Okay, Suzanne, you were next.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. My tip is to be prepared always. So in my purse, and I know that there are some men on here, so you have a bag or something, but on your person, always have a, I'll just tell you about my purse. I take a product catalog, fold it in half, stick it in my purse. I've got some order forms and distributor forms. I have a wrap or two in my purse. As a new distributor, you guys get the little defining gels. So put one in your bag. And what else? Greens on the go. Keep a few of those with you. I keep some wow packets. I'm constantly thinking before I go anywhere, do I have what I need in case I run into somebody that either I know or somebody that I meet, because you never know. And I have literally signed up customers, as a lot of you guys probably have, with strangers on the spot when you're out and about, you didn't know them, and they saw your shirt or whatever and struck up a conversation. Because now sometimes people say, oh, do you sell those things? I've been wanting that. And so if you're ready and you don't have to get something later, but you're ready for it at that moment, then it's going to make a big difference for you. I also keep a party pad in my bag. And what else? There was something else I just thought of. But on my phone, I have the app downloaded and I've logged in and I'm ready to go. And so if you guys don't have that yet, you should go in your kit on the back of your Steps to Success in your little packet. There's a little page that has all the mobile information and Facebook groups that you should like for It Works and Instagram and stuff. So you can find it on there, but go download the It Works Wrap app and log in so that you're ready. And then if you have a shirt, excuse me, Garrison, can you turn it off? Turn it off for a second. I'm sorry. If you don't have a shirt yet, if you can afford it, go get you one. If you can't, as soon as you can, get you a shirt and wash it over and over again. I kept the same catalog and the same shirt for a whole year and used that. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. But if you remember that you are the brick on your business. You are the sign, you are the marketing department, you are everything. And if you don't open your mouth and you're not showing people like a shirt or take a Blitz card that comes in your kit, put it on a lanyard, or cut part of it off and punch a hole in it and stick it on your key ring. Carry your keys around. Do something. It didn't cost you money. Do something that everywhere you go, you're planting seeds and giving people a chance to see it, and be a good listener, because if you can listen to people, you can quickly find out what their needs are, and then you can meet their needs. And if you're prepared, then you're ready to go. Another thing to be prepared with is your calendar. I personally, I love Google Calendar and I use it, but I also have one that I can look at just because I like to see it. And if you can have that in front of you or be aware of what you have on your calendar coming up in the next week or two, then when you're talking to people and you're pulling out those Blitz cards, by the way, have those in your person all the time with labels or already written on, ready to go. That's another thing you want to be prepared with. But when you're meeting with people and you ask them if they want to try it, and they're like, yeah, say, oh, awesome. Is this week good for you, or is that next week better? Or, something like that. And if you know ahead of time kind of what your open dates are, you can book those appointments or parties or sample socials or whatever it is that you want to do with them. And so anyway, have a few pictures on your phone. Be prepared with that. In your phone, you can open up the albums, and these pictures that Mandy talked to you about, go ahead and organize them and have them in an album for before and after. You could do hair, skin, and nails, wraps, wow, whatever you want to do. But have some of those ready to go, and you can pull those up. So don't be afraid, but just if you're ready, then it makes a difference.
That's so true. I can't tell you how many times I've been somewhere and looked in my purse to give somebody a card and I didn't have one. I'm like, that's not good. That's not good. You gotta have something, a card or a Blitz card or something. Those are good tips. Does anybody else have, Nicole? We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Okay, I'm trying not to talk too loud because my kids are sleeping.
Oh.
Basically, I'm going to just be short, but just know that it doesn't matter if you run fast in this business or if you run slow, you're going to have downtime. You're going to have those valleys, and you just have to be strong enough to get yourself out of it and rely on your teammates to encourage you, to pull you out. So you are not abnormal. You're not failing if you go through those valleys or when you go through those valleys, because you will. It's just a matter of when. So don't let it surprise you. Be prepared for it, but also know that you can't stay down there forever. You're going to have to kind of climb out of that. So know it's going to come. It's just a matter of when. So I don't want to be like the Debbie Downer, but I just want you guys to not quit whenever you get in that valley thinking you're the only one that's ever gone through a rough patch. So that's it.
That's very true. Very good. Anybody else have a good tip?
Hey. Okay. I wanted to piggyback on, I think it was what Christina said. A lot of people, when she was talking about not posting all public and everything and saying, who wants to see such and such, and how you'll get a bunch of, because I do that too, but how you'll get a bunch of likes and comments and interest on those types of posts of, if you want to see my before and afters, private message me, versus if you're just putting information out there, whether it's before and after pictures or if it's about, greens or just any other product. And a lot of the reason is, well, that should just show you right there that people are interested, because when you post the before and after pictures and you barely get any likes, and then you don't post them and you say, do you want to see them, and you get tons of likes, that tells you right there people are interested. It's just when it's already out there, they don't have to tell you they're interested because they can see it right then and there, or maybe they're not ready to commit, or maybe they have doubts that it will work on them, or whatever their reason is for not hitting like or commenting. So the main thing that I think that teaches, other than, hey, that's cool, I got a lot of interest, is people are interested. Most people are not going to just go on Facebook and tell everyone that they think they're so fat and that they need a diet and that they, they have no hope, and they're not going to say that, and then you have all of these products out there that they can choose from, which they're probably thinking, what's a scam? What's real? What's too expensive? What can I afford? I mean, you have to put yourself in the consumer's position, in the customer's position. And so I think, one, not putting everything out there is a great idea because it does help you draw out those people who are truly interested. But it also, even if they don't buy a wrap when they told you they're interested, that's a lead. That's someone that, like whoever was saying on here, that you get to follow up with however many times you get to follow up with them until they tell you, if they tell you, no, I'm not interested. But people not only want what we have, they just might not be super blunt or forward to say it. And some of them don't even know that they need what we have, whether that's not even weight loss per se, but the business opportunity or, greens to help them with other health areas in their life. They don't even know what greens can do for them. And frankly, the name greens makes them think they're eating a bunch of lettuce, so they don't, it's our job. That's what we signed up for. It's our job to promote this company, to put it out there what it is. You're going to have those different personality types of the impulsive ones that just want to buy it because they saw a quick, cool before and after. And then you're going to have those, those information people who need to know every ingredient or, which you don't have to have. Our company provides all that. It's on our website. So we don't have to know all that, but we do need to know where to find it because it's there for a reason. But you guys just put the information out there. And, whenever you look at other big companies that are that pay millions and millions and millions of dollars for advertisement, they don't get a like, they're putting it on the TV or they're putting it on a billboard. There's no like button. And so we can't take it personal if we're getting a like or not, but we're getting to advertise for free. And so just know that it is a business. You want to treat it like a business in the sense of it's not a personal rejection of myself if someone doesn't buy or doesn't want or doesn't like what I'm putting out there, but that you're just going to keep doing it. And that's why I know Mandy says this a lot, but I know other people say it too, that posting is not asking. Posting, social media it's a huge necessity. You need to do it. But that's not asking, because if it were, then when those of us who aren't getting likes, obviously we're not getting any business, so you need to be asking privately as well, whether it be private message or texting or like Mandy said, getting on the phone and calling for those of you that don't have a phobia. But just know, you guys, people want what we have. They need what we have. They might be skeptical because there is so many fads out there that don't really work and they're super expensive, and that's okay. It's our job to break that mold. So stick with it.
That's good. Very good. Okay, does anybody else have something they're dying to say? Or they feel led to say right now? It's Tina or if anybody other. If not, it's fine. If you have something. No? Okay, go ahead. You want me to unmute you? Oh, there you go.
Hi, ladies, and hi, gentlemen. I'm not sure if I see any men on here. But first of all, I just have a few things to say. Number one is have fun. Like Mandy said earlier, we all signed up for this business for a reason, whether it was to get healthy, whether it's to make some extra money. But when you find out, yes, money's nice and making wrap cash and getting commissions and growing your business is awesome, but also make relationships. This business for me, I've been in it for 15 months now. I have connected with so many people from high school that I hadn't talked to for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, old family members who I haven't seen in a long time. Before I started this business, I was really private. I wasn't posting on social media at all. I didn't put my kids and my business all out on Facebook. So for me, it was to get out of my comfort zone, which is a huge thing. And it's also, if you are, I guess, not getting out of your comfort zone, you're not going to grow your business. So that's the key thing for me is try to get out of that. Try to do something that you wouldn't normally do. And once you do it and put things out there, whether it's a post about the products or about how this business has changed your life, and if you just started and you haven't had a first commissions yet, or if you haven't sold a wrap, that's okay. A little post, of posting, oh my gosh, I'm starting this new adventure. Be excited. People love to be excited, and be yourself. Be honest. Oh my gosh, I'm watching this YouTube video on how to grow my business, or I'm at the gas station and I just sold a wrap and now I put $25, in my gas tank. So little things like that, post about it and just be honest. And I'm not sure who said, but when you're messaging people, at first when I started, I was really shy. I started getting a hundreds list. I wrote down, I have a huge family, and my husband has a huge family. But as I'm writing my list, I'm like, oh, she probably doesn't want it. Oh, they're going to laugh at me. Oh, I feel kind of, are they going to think I'm rude because I'm asking them if they want this? No, I started doubting myself, and you can't do that. As soon as I said, you know what, I don't care what people think. They're not paying my bills. They're not lying next to me at night when I'm crying because I can't, make our house mortgage or our car payment and stuff like that. You kind of have to get out of that mindset. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I had someone who was actually a family member who had, family does this sometimes, but, laughing that I started this business and, oh, it's a joke, and these wraps, oh, why don't you just work out, and blah, 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 blah. Biggest skeptic, even blocked me on Facebook, right? And today I got a text from her, not on Facebook. I got a text asking, all right, I need to lose some weight. I have a wedding this weekend. Can I meet you tomorrow to buy a box of wraps? I'm like, oh my God. Then 20 minutes later, she's going, well, do you have something for a pre-workout? Well, do you have something to, so now I'm meeting her tomorrow. She's buying a box of wraps for $100. I told her she could be a loyal customer and, get the loyal customer price. And then I started talking to her about the Fat Fighters and the ThermoFit, and now she's like, well, I get paid next Friday, so I want to do the third. So what I'm trying to say is always be consistent. You don't know who's watching you. If you're having a bad day, that's fine. You don't have to blast it on Facebook or anything like that. You want to stay positive because positivity attracts different people. So whether it's with the business or with the products, and another thing is be a product of the product. I know if you guys just started this business, you probably maybe like me started because I needed to make $280 a month for a car payment. So when I first started, I couldn't go through the catalog on a shopping spree and pick everything out, but I wanted to pick a few products, which were the greens and ThermoFit, and those products changed my life. So I promoted those. So once I started making money, we have over 40 products in this category. We have something for everybody. It's not just weight loss. We have a whole skincare line. So if you have a daughter or nieces or nephew or your best friends, kids have acne, we have a whole skincare line for that, for wrinkles, for protein, for energy drinks. So we have something for everybody. It's not just women. It's not just people that are overweight. It's daily vitamins. It's people that are losing their hair. So remember, when you're going on your hundreds list, put everybody on there. Think about, I know someone said this before, but think about who would you invite to your baby shower or to your bridal shower, or people that you haven't even talked to. I was putting people after I just recreated on July 31st when I saw Christina Watts' video. I got so inspired. I'm like, I need to reboost my business again and relaunch it. And that's exactly what I'm doing for August. I started rewriting a 200s list, and I have my son's kindergarten teacher on there, and he's 18 years old. So and I have her on Facebook. So I messaged her today like, hey, long time no see. It's literally been, 13 years or so. All she could say is no. Or she could be, and she's a teacher. So I'm saying, hey, you'd be great at this business. Or, hey, I know you're getting married in a couple months. I see on Facebook. You want to have a bridal wrap party? So always leave those options. Don't ever think like, oh, that person might not want it. And just always keep your eyes and ears open. Even when I'm in a line at Walmart and I hear the mother behind me telling her kids like, oh no, you need to put that back. We don't have money for that. Or you're listening and I'm totally nosy. Someone's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to Hawaii in 3 weeks. How am I going to lose weight? I might turn around and just be like, hey, I'm sorry, I was eavesdropping. Have you ever heard of that wrap thing? And they might say, no. Boom, right there's an opportunity to give them my Blitz card, to just give them a 2-minute spill and say, hey, if you have a chance, look me up on Facebook. And boom, there's another potential. Everybody you meet is a potential person. So I just want to throw that out there. And always remember, you signed up, and make it fun, okay? Because this is a really fun job. You are your own boss. You make your own hours. I really encourage to at least do 1 power hour a day. If you want to do more, great. The power hour is just basically, you guys know, but for some people that are new, it's spending time. It's not working harder, it's working smarter. So whether that's diving into a YouTube video, diving into our team pages, or, you know, messaging 50 people about the business or the products and posting on social media, that's all you need to do. So find the time. There's 24 hours in a day. We all have it. It just all really depends on how bad you want this and where you want to go. And like Nicole said, everybody has a different journey. So that's another thing. Don't compare yourself. Sometimes we see these top leaders on YouTube and they went double diamond in 28 days and you're going, holy schmoly, how the heck? Well, it's not luck. It is dedication and hard work. But some people that have 5 kids can't put 10 hours a day into it, or another person might have no kids and this is their full-time job. So remember, don't ever compare your journey to someone else's that you're watching. Create your own story, and you're the author of it. So you get to write your own story. So that's all I want to say.
That's awesome.
It's not fun. I'm so excited to know all of you guys. So another thing is we're all one big team. So one team, one mission. So you guys friend request each other, encourage each other when people post. You know, if you have something positive to say, if some, you know, newbie or anybody, a DT posts about the greens, you know, take a minute or a second and just type something about the greens and how you love it, because then it keeps popping up on Facebook. So we're all one team. So just encourage each other and just keep going. That's it.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you for that. Sweet. I love it. And Tina is a double diamond in California, and Natasha is a double diamond in Oklahoma, and Nicole's a diamond, double diamond. I don't remember what everybody is. And see, I mean, everybody you just heard from are very successful people, so they know what they're doing. So it's exciting, and we have gone kind of over, guys. But you know what? I think this was really good. It's 10:30. We were on for an hour. I can't stop the recording and just talk to, if anybody wants to stay on and hear a little bit about Diamond, you can. Does anybody want to stay on? Or do you guys need to get off and I can do a live video? You're on, Jennifer's on. Okay, I'm just going to do it, and then if you need to hop off, that's totally fine. And I will do some kind of live video, but I have something to say about Diamond, and it's going to make it really simple for you and really kind of show you exactly a very simple way to look at your diamond chart without freaking out. I've done a little bit of research here on the past week, or when we've heard about this diamond bonus. If you are brand new, you may not want to listen to this just because we're talking about going to diamond in 30 days. Now, if you are familiar with what you're doing and you want to go diamond in 30 days and you don't think this will freak you out, fine, stay and listen. I just don't want to get over your head or whatever. Okay, so the main thing I wanted to talk about is I really want to show you this chart, and I got this from Jade. And I love it because I've never looked at the diamond chart this way before, and I think it simplifies it, especially if you're wanting to do it quickly. I think the main thing you need to remember that if you're going to go for diamond in 30 days and you're wanting to do this fast, okay, you really need runners on your team. Don't be the one that tells people, oh, you don't have to run an auto ship and you don't have to do anything and you don't have to do this and do that. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to have some of those people on your team because they're great 400 boxes. But you need runners. Tell people that you need those runners. Tell them, say, are you ready to rock and roll? Yes or no? Because you need runners to do this. You can do this on your own, but it's hard. I mean, I've had people build entire diamond legs on their own, and you can do it. But it's a lot harder. So if you can get a few commitments, either from people that are already on your team, if they're already signed up and they are doing something, then talk to those people first, of course. But when you speak to people about this, find your runners. These runners are going to help you, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. So first of all, you've got your diamond chart. I can share the screen and show you this, but I think it's just easier if I just hold it up because I tried to share screens earlier, and it won't let me highlight my chart, which is irritating to me because it's all highlighted. But the main thing you need to remember is as soon as possible, we're going to pretend you're nothing. You're just a distributor. You've never done anything, just for giggles. Okay. As soon as you sign up, you want to enroll 3 people. Okay. 3 people. And I've actually highlighted those people. So you want to print out your diamond chart. You're going to enroll 3 people, and this is where they're going to be. Okay. I'm just, you know what? Can you guys see that, or should I pull up the chart? Okay, so your first person's going to be here, which is your emerald. Your second person's going to be your ruby under your emerald. I know that's odd. Third person is going to be your other ruby. Okay? All right. Those are the 3 people you're going to sign up. You have signed up 3 people because that's what's on your steps to success. Okay? Now, there's phase 1 and phase 2 of going diamond. And this is, like I said, this is a little bit new. I have never taught it this way before, but to me it simplifies it, and I think it doesn't look as complicated. So look at it and tell me what you think. Okay, so phase 1 is everything above this green line, and I'll take a picture of this and put it on the team page in a little bit. And phase 2 is everything underneath the green line. So you signed up your 3 people. 1, this is you up here. 1, 2, 3. Now, what do we do with the steps to success? We teach all of our new distributors to sign up 3 people as well, right? I mean, that's what we're going to teach all 3 of these people to sign up 3. So, hold on, I'm highlighting as we go here. This kind of blew my mind. That's why I want to share it. Okay, so I'm highlighting in pink. This person, we're teaching her to sign up 3 people. 1, 2, 3. This person, we taught her to sign up 3 people. 1, 2, 3. And this person, we taught her to sign up 3 people. 1, 2, 3. Guess what? Your diamond chart is halfway full. Okay? Now here's the deal. Some of these people may not sign up anybody, but that's our goal, is to try to get them to sign up 3 people, right? This person signs up 3, this person 3, this person 3. All right? Okay, so each of your distributors enrolls 3 people. Wow, that's like half your chart right there. If 3 people actually do what they're supposed to do in this business, half your diamond chart is full. If all 3 of these people have a party in their first 2 weeks, they will probably get this, okay? If they have 2 parties in their first month, I guarantee they'll get it. So the problem is when we sign up people, a lot of times we're not launching them like we should. I know I'm guilty of that. A lot of times I'll sign up somebody and I'm like 2 weeks later, I'm like, man, I haven't seen any posts from her. I need to message her and have her do a launch party. Hello, she should have done that in the first week or 2, and I'm the reason she didn't. So we need to realize how important it is to have your launch party in your first couple of weeks. So if they did, they would get probably maybe 1 distributor out of the first launch party, maybe 2 out of the second, okay? So half your diamond chart's full. Now, we're going to go to phase 2. It's the same thing, okay? Basically, each one of these in the pink boxes, we're going to try to get 3 distributors as well. Now, how many of these 3 distributors really have to get 2? Now, we want to tell each of them that their goal is 3 distributors, but only one of them needs to do it. One of them, okay? So we're still going to go for all of them because it will just explode your business, right? But just one of them needs to get 2, okay? So say she gets that. Let's go to the next one. Okay? All 3 of these, we want them to get 3 each, okay? If she gets 1, where's that at? Okay. One of these people, so if one of these people gets 3, that is part of your next ruby, okay? If they all do it, that's fine. So but that's your goal, and that will end up filling out your chart. You look at these 3. This person, say these people do nothing, but this person gets 2 instead of 3. That's filled up, guys. It's done. And that's how you do this. So look at this chart really closely and maybe separate it like this, because this is exactly how Jade Hooper teaches it, and it just makes it more simple. When everybody gets 3, and that's the whole setup of our business anyways. It's not set up for you to go get every single one of these people. Yes, you can do it. And if you have to do it, do it. Okay. But you don't have to. If you can find a few people to run with you, then they're going to find other people to run with them as well. It's just a kind of a chain reaction. So one thing I want you to remember on here is that, okay, and then you've got your 3 people at the top. Those people you're going to have to put in. Now, these are not your business builders here. These are just people at the top that need 400 volume. Your biggest thing is you want to get most of these people in place as soon as possible, because you actually have to fill those boxes with volume. We get paid on volume, and when you hit diamond, it's because you have got volume there. You can have all these boxes there with no volume and you won't hit it, right? So you've got to have that volume there. The main thing here is to remember is that, like I said, you need those runners to get this going. But I just wanted to kind of break that down to you, because sometimes when you look at this chart, it freaks people out. There's a lot of boxes there, and you don't realize that. So the one thing I want to talk about, because I know there's some people on here that want to go diamond that are new, say you put your first 3 people in, and these 3 people get their 3 people, and okay, everybody over here is working, but this person isn't. You can move a distributor under here. You can move the distributor to here, okay? So just ask about how to do that. There's a way to do it in the computer so you still get all the credit. But you can move those people. So remember that this is just a different way to look at this chart, so it's not so freak you out. The whole point of this business is to find 3 runners. If you are boxed for double diamond right now and you have 1 runner, then you really don't have enough people. You just don't. So I would be contacting, I know most people on this call, on this Zoom right now, have lots of distributors. So what I would be doing at this point is send a message with me in it and to all your distributors and say, I am going for diamond. I need an emerald. I need a ruby. An emerald makes $1,100 a month. A ruby makes $599 a month. I'm going there with or without you. I love you to death, but we are running and I really need at least 2 runners. Who's with me? And stick me on that message, send it to your distributors, and let's get them excited to do it. And then what we'll do is we'll plan relaunch parties. We'll plan, if you watched Tiffany Hur's video the other day, she talked about how she built her business with parties. And it's really hard to build this business without them, unless you're like a social media genius. You may be, and if you are, that's awesome. But it's time to step up the parties and to relaunch ourselves and to be excited, and that's totally okay. I can't tell you how many times I've relaunched myself in the past 4 years. So get a message on with everybody. Even if you don't think they're going to work it, stick them on there. They can leave the conversation, and that's how you know that's not your runner. Okay, that's fine. But we want to include them because they might be ready. Maybe they signed up 6 months ago, and they can see now that you're really serious, and they're like, oh crap, here she goes. She's going to go do this. I want to be her emerald. I don't want her to go do this without me. I'm already signed up. I might as well do it. So stick everybody on that message and let's go for it. So I say relaunch. Look at the chart. I'm going to post a picture of this on our page. One thing is, if you have a lot of this filled out, yeah, you don't really need to redo it. Don't be marking people off of your chart that don't work. Okay, I know that it's real tempting to do that because you need volume there. But I suggest that you don't do that right away, because if you can make a $5,000 bonus and hit this and then replace them later, that is the best case scenario. We want you to get the bonus. We want you to hit the rank, because once you hit diamond rank, you will get so many more people noticing what you're doing, because they're like, oh Lord, okay, she's been doing this, but she just hit this big rank, and now she's a leader, like an official leader in the company, and it gets people's attention. It just does, because I know we have people that are ruby. They're just as good as leaders, but when you hit a rank like that, it gets attention. So we want you to hit this. So if you've got people here that are kind of just flaked out on you, and they might have like $20 volume or whatever, don't discount that box yet. You need every box you can get before it's time to promote. Okay, you just do. So if you need help charting, like if it's a mess, ask some people. Ask more than one leader, because All leaders are different. Some people will tell you to mark people off. At this point, with bonuses, do not mark people off. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, unless you get a really awesome runner tomorrow, then you need to keep everybody there. Okay. Anyways, that's really all I had to say. I think it really has to be a relaunch. Unless you're brand new and you're excited and you're going and you're having parties. My goal is to set 2 parties per week for August, because I want to get my mom to Diamond, and I've got 2 leaders that underneath me that I want to help get to Diamond as well with volume and boxes. And so I have a goal. And so, I may be presidential, but I'm going to try to do two a week, because I want to get my parents that bonus and I want to help my team. So carve out what you can do. I know that seems like a lot, and it is, especially if you're a busy mom. I mean, school's coming up. It's going to take sacrifice. It takes sacrifice, guys. It just does. But I tell you what, it is worth it just to get you that recognition on Facebook, the recognition within the company. You get on all the Diamond pages. It is, you won't be sorry that you put the time in. You just won't. If you can do 1 a week and there's no possible way you can do 2 a week, fine. Honestly, I plan 2 parties a week because usually 1 falls through. Hardly ever have I planned 2 parties a week and 2 parties happen. But if they do, I'm like, yes, because next week they may both cancel, right? Overbook yourself during a month like this, because otherwise you'll find yourself on a Friday night sitting down with your thumb going, wow, I could have totally booked a party tonight, but somebody, you know how that goes. It's just normal. So overbook yourself. It is 1 month. All I can really say is that, guys, you can do anything for 30 days, anything. I would suggest, if you're really going for this, have a power hour every day. Power hour is focusing on messaging, because it's really easy to get on Facebook and start scrolling and commenting on people. That's not your power hour. That's just socializing and networking, okay? Your power hour has to be messaging, asking for parties. I mean, if you did that every day, you guys, I promise you probably hit Diamond without any problem. 1 hour of focus is just a big deal, because like I said, it's easy. And you guys know, I mean, you get on Facebook and you're scrolling and you're like, okay, I've wasted 30 minutes now. I've watched a video about a dog. I've done that, So the power hour is important. So if you can do a power hour every day, and the great thing about that is you can Facebook at night. You can message people at 11 o'clock. Okay, you can text. I wouldn't text that late, but on Facebook you can, because they're not going to see that or hear it, hopefully. But anyways, you can do that pretty late at night or pretty early in the morning. So power hour every day. Try to overbook yourself with parties. If you did this for 1 month and you hit Diamond, by then you have an Emerald, okay, and you have a Ruby. And I tell you what, your Emerald and your Ruby don't want to lose their paycheck. So guess what we're going to help them do? We're going to help them do a power hour every day. We want them to do exactly what you did in August, okay? So don't feel like that if you put in so much effort in August that it has to be this way forever and you're always going to be working on your phone and this is not what I signed up for. Don't ever say that. This is a temporary sacrifice to build a humongous business, okay? And most people are not going to do this. Most people are going to flake out tomorrow. I'm going to be honest with you. Most people are going to flake out tomorrow because they don't, they just won't do it. Okay. And that's why as you go up the ranks, you see less and less people standing up that they're Diamond and standing up that they're triple or whatever. Okay. So if you can commit to doing those things, I guarantee you guys, everybody on here, especially if you are so close already to Diamond, you have got to get it. You've got to get it. You can do it. In fact, I think you can do it early. You can do it early in the month. Now, if you're brand new, start with getting your 3 runners. Start with hitting Ruby, and you can do it as well. And I honestly think that they're going to extend this, but I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. Anyway, so those are my tips, and that's what I'm doing to help some of my team members and my parents, because my mom has never hit Diamond. And that's just kind of what I'm doing and so I hope that helps you maybe with some direction. And like I said, I'm going to put this on the page because it just kind of breaks down, the chart and everything. And just be excited, be relaunching yourself and go out there and be excited to everybody. And Suzanne, Christina, does anybody have any good, anything to add to that? I feel like I've been rambling.
No, I think it was awesome. I think it was some great tips. I think that you definitely have to find your runner. I think you definitely have to stay positive. You have to stay motivated, and the power hours are going to make a huge difference. I'm going to really try to focus on doing that. I haven't had time to do it all summer, but I'm going to really push for that because I'm pushing for diamond. And I know Louise on my team, she's in my downline. She's pushing for diamond. So we want it. We want it. We're going after it. So just stay pumped and keep your enthusiasm, and you can get it.
It's exciting. Tomorrow evening, I've got some Zooms with certain teams about this, I think. And so if you want a leader to Zoom with your team, I'll try to help you this month or this week, but you have to get some team members on. I'd say at least 3, okay? And message me and your sponsor as well. If you have a sponsor above yourself, we need all those people on there. If your team needs that, but like I said, that message on Facebook, add your sponsor, add me to it, will help you kind of pump up this team that we're going for this. I just think that's important when you really show people, especially if you've been in for a while and you've just been kind of floating. When you tell your team you're ready to go, they have to know you're ready to go. And sometimes people will totally jump out of their shell. They can tell when you're ready, and maybe they won't. Maybe they totally leave the conversation, but that way you know what you're working with. So anybody else have tips, ideas? I hope that was helpful. I didn't really have it written out like I did with the other training we did a minute ago, but I just watched this, the 2-phase with Jay today. And, we've always known that everybody finds 3 distributors, right? Well, if everybody does that one time, you're pretty much at diamond. I mean, looking at it that way, you're like, okay, well, this is not nearly as complicated as it looks. It's a lot more simple than we make it out to be a lot of times. So, okay, well, that's all I have, and it's really late. So, Stephanie is trying to go diamond this month. I'm trying to look at the chat real quick. Stephanie, and then everybody else got off. Okay, so if you have not gone through all the other stuff that we posted in the last couple days about showing us that you're going diamond, let us know. So Jessica's got her running shoes on. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to unmute you guys real quick. And we're done. So I'm going to stop recording.